and welcome to my channel, One Girl Creates. And I mentioned on Friday's vlog, on my Friday Sews vlog, that I had made an indigo dress and I had self-lined, or I'd lined the top with a duplicate of the top pattern. So I thought I'd do a quick tutorial on how to do this because it's so simple but so effective, and especially if you're using quite a lightweight fabric like a viscose or something like that. It doesn't add too much weight, it doesn't add too much bulk, and it can be a lot nicer to wear and a lot easier to make. So I thought I'd do a quick tutorial and show you how I have done this. So I am using my fabric from So Hayley Jane box from a couple of months ago. It could even be almost last summer actually, but so I don't know if you can see this. This is just a small floral print, and you know, as I said the other day, the indigo pattern is my current favourite because it's been my favourite for a while because it's so easy for me to wear. So I thought I'd do this. I am switching up a little bit. I am making a v-neck version. Now, as you can see, I've already lowered the neck because this is actually quite a high neck for me. I normally like my necklines to be just about there. They suit bustier people better. So this is actually using my v-neck dolman neckline. I've just taken that and copied it, so I'm making it as a v-neck rather than a round neck. So just switching up, it's just ways that you can make the dress look a little bit different so it doesn't look like you're wearing the same dress every single day, which is possibly what I could do. You know, hey ho. So I thought I'll just take you on this little journey, show you how I do it. Hopefully it'll help you, and yeah, here we go. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do is to sew the darts on the dress. Now I have also added in a dart on the front of this dress, and that is because I am quite busty. Obviously I have to go up a size, but I don't want the waist to be quite so big as it is, so I can take it in by just a 2 centimetre dart just at the bottom there. I've also taken in the side seams by 1 centimetre each side as well. And these are my standard adjustments. So once I've done the darts on both the front piece and the lining piece, I will come back and I will show you what I do next. Okay, I'm back. So I have sewn the darts into the 2 front pieces. Okay, so as you can see, I've got 2 pieces there, and now I need to think about what I've got to do. Now I need to sew both front pieces and back pieces together. Okay, so I have 2 of both, 2 of both pieces, and I will sew them together so that I have got 2 fronts and backs sewn together. Okay, at the shoulders, only at the shoulders for the time being, and pin. So yeah, so I will sew the front and back pieces together at the shoulders. So there and there. Okay, and then I will come back and I will join them at the neckline. I had to think about that. It's Sunday evening. I'm trying to be a bit more organised and film some videos for you, but yeah, so you sew them front and back, and then once you sew them front and back, I will come back and I'll tell you the next part. But sew them front and back together on the shoulders, sorry, and then we'll go from there. Okay, I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I have sewn the front and back shoulder seams together and overlocked them, as you can see there and there. I need to trim those threads. Scissors. Sorry. And now what we need to do is have one the right way, well, right side's facing basically, don't we? So we've got one right side and one wrong side facing. There we go. So right side's facing, and then obviously we connect them at the shoulder seam. Oh, so cack-handed today. Connect them at the shoulder seam. Make sure they're matching up because they're the most obvious bits, obviously. And they should all then be the same size and the same shape, she says. Okay. Then once you've joined them at the shoulder seam, you will see that hopefully you have it almost exactly the same. So obviously on this one, because it's a V-neck, I will make sure that the V is joining up together, and I will go around and put pins around to make sure that I've got the right thing. So once I've done that, I will come back again and show you how it works. And this is really the last step before you sort of carry on as you normally would. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so I've sewn the neckline, as I said, and now what I need to do is trim anything that might be tight when turned in. So obviously round the neckband here where there's a curve, obviously we need to trim those curves and make sure that they're not going to be too tight. And then I will understitch. So if you don't know what understitching is, I will show you in a second. Okay, so obviously on the V-neck as well, I've trimmed down to the point. I don't actually sew it as a point, I just do one stitch going across. Hopefully you can see that, just one stitch going across so that there is a little bit more of a curve there. So I've trimmed around the neckline to make sure that everything that I need to is not going to catch and is okay. And then what I'm going to do is turn it wrong sides together, sorry. So turn it the right way around. At the moment it feels a bit like Jenga. I don't know why I'm finding things so hard today, but anyway. So you will need to put it through the neckline. Okay. Goodness me, I'm finding this hard work today. What is it with me? There we go. Right, okay. So put one through the neckline. And then we are right sides, she says right sides nearly, together. Okay, so we're nearly there. So as you can see, we're nearly there. And all we need to do is, doesn't matter which side it is, but you understitch. So understitching is where you pull the seam taut and you do a little line of stitching very close to the seam. So I'm going to go and do this now and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so hopefully you can see that little line of stitches there. So you've sewn it there and then you've sewn it on the inside and you're sewing down, effectively sewing down, sorry, hope that's focused. You're sewing down one side and you're sewing the seam allowance down to it. And what that does is it stops the top from rolling, so you don't see any of the seam. So you can't see it rolling and it gives you such a nice seam and a nice finish on the front. And then that's it. So what you do from then on is you do it like you would normally. You add your sleeves onto it like normal, just do both seams at the same time. You sew the side seams together like you would normally. Obviously you do them twice because then they're together. And then you sew on the bottom and add in the skirt there. Hopefully that's made sense to you. Hopefully you've got a better idea now of how to do that. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I will always happily help. And if there are any other tutorials or anything you'd like to see, then please let me know. And hopefully I will insert the finished garment at the end of this video. So thank you. Bye.